Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. I am here to play around with an altered file folder. So I received some of these gorgeous manila coloured file folders in Happy Mail. I've been hoarding them and yeah, I just happened to see a video. The video was by My Altered Muse. And that just inspired me to stop hoarding them and yeah, come on and have a play with one. So I've never kind of done this type of thing before, so hopefully it's going to turn out okay. So obviously the file folders, they're going to you know, vary where your actual tab thing is, because obviously, you know, they're staggered around. This one just happens to be in the middle, but you know, that's absolutely fine. Don't worry about where your piece is. So all you're going to do is take your entire file folder and then start by bending the first flap back on itself like that. So I'm just going to fold that down with my bone folder. Okie dokie. Oops, like that. And then you're going to kind of flip it over and take the other side, and you just want the other side to be kind of flush with the first side, if you see what I mean. So you're kind of looking to line your two folded edges up more or less like that. Okay, I mean, they don't have to be absolutely perfect obviously, but just, you know, as close as you can get them. And again, just squash those down with your bone folder. Now she then opened hers out, and obviously then you've got this kind of concertina kind of fold, and she then cut out the middle section. So I'm going to do that as well, and I'm just thinking kind of the easiest way to do it really. I think for me, I'm going to find the easiest way to do it is actually to fold the whole thing in half. So I'm going to take it like this and just fold it in, whoops, on itself, like that. Obviously trying my best to get all my pieces to meet up, like that. And just then squash that down. Now she measured hers up, and I think she said it was like 6 inches. So up to you really kind of how you find easiest. I just thought actually for me, you know, not so keen on measuring, you know, would struggle to get my lines straight and things like that. So I just found it, or, you know, thought I would find it easier to just fold it up. So then what I'm going to do is just cut out this whole middle section. So these, if you can see, I'm hoping that the folds are kind of showing. I'm going to go up this sort of folded line and this folded line, and then along this piece here at the back. So I'll just take my scissors. Now I'm going to go this side of the fold, if that makes sense, so that hopefully that's going to make it a bit neater when my flap is kind of, you know, folded up. I've made a hideous job of cutting that already, but hopefully that's going to not really show too much. And then obviously you want to get into your fold here and just cut along there like that. Okie dokie. Oops. And then again, just snip along this line here. And again, I'm going to try and keep it this side of the fold, which is a struggle for me for some reason. Like that. I've just got a tiny weeny bit left. Okay. Right, let's take that out. Okay, right. I'm not going to throw this away because we're going to hopefully use that for something else. So what you've got now is this kind of like concertina with these two like long flap pieces. Now what she did was obviously made hers into these pieces that flip up. And I can't remember, I've got to say, whether she glued these pieces in or not. But obviously I have just taken inspiration from her, and so, you know, I'm going to kind of now probably go off at my own on a tangent now, because I thought this is actually quite a good foundation for a folio. You know, because you've got lots of different bits here that you could glue and alter as you like. I mean, you could glue in sort of a pocket here if you wanted, and then have a foldy flap here. Obviously, you could leave that opening. You could fold that up as a pocket, or, you know, however you like. I just thought it was actually quite a nifty, you know, foundation piece for a folio. So I'm just going to have a look and decide how best I would like this to be. So I think I might keep that as a folding piece, and perhaps I would like to glue this piece down as a pocket. Yeah, I think perhaps glue that one down. Do I want to do that? No, I've already changed my mind, because now, as you can probably see, I've got this tab, which I know I said didn't really matter where your tabs were, but my tab just happens to be in the middle, which then I've got this slightly irregular shape tag. So I'm thinking actually perhaps what I want to do is have this piece glued as a pocket, and then I can just round this tab at the edge. So yeah, I'm going to do that, I think. So I'll just check it's kind of semi-lined up. Hopefully it's not too bad. And I'm just going to glue that down along here and there. Okie dokie, and then squish that in like that. Okay, right, so hopefully that's now kind of gluing down. And then obviously what I can do is just take my edge piece here. I mean, I could leave it, to be fair, but I think what I'd like to do is probably just kind of round that off so the other side is a bit like a tab as well. So, oh gosh, this is where I'm going to obviously muck this up completely, but there we go. So it hopefully kind of mimics a little bit the other end. And of course, if that's sticking out a bit far, I can just take it down a bit. You know, if I feel it's a little bit likely to get knocked about and damaged, I'll just take it down slightly in its height. So like that, okay? And, you know, I've obviously not made a great job of cutting this, but again, it doesn't really matter because you can just, you know, tidy it up. Okay, so get rid of those pieces off of the desk. So that's my first pocket on that side. And then the rest of it, I'm thinking I could have another pocket maybe here with the foldy flap. So I might create a pocket on this side now, like that, or yeah, I think I want to do, yeah, I think I'm going to do that, because then we'll have kind of this side and this side as an opening. And actually we could even fold that round that way if we want to. So we've got like a pocket here, a pocket there. Yeah, so I'm going to just do that. So all I'm going to do again is just glue along this edge, whoops, and this edge. Okie dokie. Again, just kind of wipe that up with my dry wipe for any glue that's just coming out of there. Okay, sorry, I did just knock the camera there, like that. Now you can probably see I've got one or two edges that are kind of like overhanging, so I'm just going to trim up those little bits there. So I've just got a tiny bit there, and then this edge, it just needs a little bit of trimming up here, like that. And hopefully that's a bit straighter now, like that. Okay, so I've got the foundation piece of my kind of folio here. So I've got a little pocket here and a little pocket here, and then I've got this side and obviously this side, and then I've got this flap which, you know, can open obviously either way, so perhaps I'll have it this way. It does seem to be the natural way it wants to go, obviously. So yeah, just going to squash that down a little bit more with my bone folder. So now obviously for the fun part is covering the folio piece with some nice decorative papers. So I brought along actually my wallpapers that I so lucky, you know, was so lucky to receive in Happy Mail, and I thought this would be a really lovely project to use some of those wallpapers. Now I have to say I have been hoarding these. I'm still not sure that I can quite bring myself to actually use them, because they're really, really, really nice. I'm going to struggle to make myself use them. So I'm going to just pick out a few, I think, that kind of coordinate really nicely together. I mean, to be honest, they're all really super pretty, and they all kind of quite, you know, tone quite well. I mean, I really love those two together, but this one I think is one of my favourites, and I don't think I'm ready to part with that one. So yeah, I'm not going to use that one, I don't think. That one tones quite well. Again, look at this, isn't that gorgeous? Not sure I'm quite ready to use that one either, I've got to be honest, but it does go really nicely with that. Let's keep that there as a contrasting piece. Okay, let's just carry on going through. Then I've got these lovely greens, which of course then would be like a really nice contrasting effect. So yeah, I have actually got some more here because I was really lucky and was sent a whole bunch. So let's just have a look. That might be a little bit yellow. Well, I say that, I feel like that maybe goes with that. Oh, perhaps it doesn't. Perhaps it doesn't. Right. Okay. Oh, that's quite nice. Yeah, I have to say these are lovely, and I have been hoarding them, and now looking through them again, because obviously I haven't looked through them for a little while now. I'm now not really wanting to use them again. I'd pulled them out thinking, oh, I'm going to use those, and now of course I don't really want to use them after all. Oh dear. Right, okay, so I'm going to just get using some, I think. So let's have a look and see what we want to do. I'm thinking, let's just have a look and see what we want for where. I mean, I absolutely love this one. It's really gorgeous, isn't it? So I'm wondering whether we could kind of cover this. I've got some vintage newspaper. So I'm just going to take a little piece of vintage newspaper. Okay, it tears super easy because it's, you know, so old. But I'm thinking that under the wallpaper looks really good, doesn't it? So yeah, I'm going to do that, I think. Now, I love obviously the top of that newspaper. Shall we have this kind of like here with this on the top? And so lucky because I didn't cut around this edge. That was how it came to me. So yeah, I don't have to kind of cut around that edge or anything because it's already been cut, which is awesome. Right, now I'm just wondering, I should have probably glued this on before trying to do this as a project, to be honest, but I didn't really think, I hadn't planned kind of what I was going to be doing for my project really. Right, okay, I hadn't realised. That's my flap. So I can't even remember, and it's only 2 seconds ago. That's just not a good start, is it? Right, I'm going to go round with some glue. I'm going to go all over to the, you know, the file foldery bit, you know, go right over there. So just take my paper and then just get my spreader and spread it all out like that. Now obviously this paper is very flimsy, so you can probably see I've just kind of torn a little bit off of there. you know, with the glue, it obviously got a bit saturated and yeah, just kind of tore away really. But I mean, that's just the perils of kind of the old paper, I think. So, you know, and as you know, I'm not the most careful person on the planet. So, of course, sometimes these things do happen. Right, I'm going to just trim this down here. Across there. Okay. And then, of course, I just want to go round my file foldery shape tab. Okay, and at the edge, and then just, oops, it's a little bit fiddly, hold on. Okay, and then just round here, like that. Okie doke. Right, so that's my first piece, and obviously, I mean, I've not made a brilliant job of cutting this, but once I ink all of this up and things, it will, you know, it will just cover up all of those little bits that are now sort of not looking so great. So hopefully it's all going to be good in the end. So that's my little fold down piece, and then I'm thinking, do I want to cover the inside with the same thing, or should we cover the inside with some of this gorgeous wallpaper? So I'm going to get rid of, I think, this strip here, because this seems a little bit kind of harsh, a harsh edge. So just get rid of that. There. Now, do I want that going all the way? Kind of thinking the newsprint again. So let me just see how this would look. So if I had the newsprint here and then the paper, yeah, that's definitely the way to go. So let me just trim this down. Like that. And I'm just going to trim it down here. Do I want to? I could put it this way round. It's then kind of back to front to the front. Does that matter? Doesn't really, does it? Just trying to do it in the easiest way for cutting around it, really. Okay. So again, just glue this one down. Whoops. Like that. Okay, and then we're just going to pop that one down there, like that. Okay, let's just wipe that glue out, like that. Okay, and then we're just going to squish that down, like that, and right the way across. Oh, I just love this vintage newsprint. I mean, honestly, it's just gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah, really, 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 really nice. Okay, right. Now for the tricky part, to cut around that. So again, just going to go in here. I'm really not too worried. If I make a bit of a, you know, mess of it, it will just, you know, I will blend it in with the blendy tool. So whoops, it's really fine. Okay. I mean, again, obviously in an ideal world, probably would leave this to dry a little bit rather than cut it whilst it's so soggy. Because of course, you know, you don't really get good edges when you're cutting soggy bits of paper. Okay, so I'll just go around a little bit here. Just neating up one or two of those corners that I can see straight away I've made such a horrible mess of. And in here. Okay, right. So looking good now. And then this piece here, which remember is our pocket, I'm going to just put this here like that. Now again, do I want a little bit of newsprint poking out from there? Let's just have a look. Do I want that newsprint there? Doesn't really matter from the point of view of the front because you don't really see it. Or do I want that plain, but maybe some newsprint? Oh, I can't really have that on the inside because I've glued it already. That's a shame. Oh, that's fine. I'm just going to have it like this. Again, you know, we can blend all these types of bits in and, you know, make it look fine. So just put my glue around here. Okay. Right, and we're just going to take, yeah, this section here. Okay, just minding for this fold because I don't want the paper to kind of catch when I then fold, you know, fold the flap up. So just then spread that, first of all, just with the wipe, and then just going to take my spread out. Oh, I do apologise for that noise. It's not the nicest noise when you use a card against the wallpaper because the wallpaper's got a slight texture to it. So it's obviously not making the nicest noise. So I do apologise for that. Oops. And let's just... So now I've stuck the pocket down with the glue. Okay, right. Just mop that up and then I'm just going to again flip it round so that I can get in to cut it down. So we just cut around here like that. Okay, and chop that one down. Oops. Okay. Okay, right. So that's that piece. Again, I'm just going to press that down because, of course, you know, it's now sort of slightly more vulnerable edge from lifting from the glue. Right, so that's our front. Well, we don't know yet, I suppose, whether it's going to be the front or the back, but that's one side anyway. Oops, my newspaper is now coming up slightly on the fold, on the flap. Well, that's fine, because again, we can just cover that with something, you know, in a minute. So that's all fine. Right, now, do I want to have something like this piece here, and then something else in the middle? So from the paper that I've got here, I've got this one, which again goes beautifully with this paper. This must have been like some of the same sort of collection, I think. So, yeah, I'm thinking we'll have this one. So I just need to cut this down to size. So probably, this is not going to be great, is it? Do you know what? I think what I'm going to do is fold this in like that, and then I can just cut around it once I've glued it on. Does that work? Yeah, I think that might be easiest. I think what I might do is just chop it down a little bit in terms of height. Oh, just wondering whether I might throw it that way on. No, this way. Right, so let's just chop it down a bit so as I'm working with a much smaller piece of paper. Like that. Always easier to work with a smaller piece of paper that's not then just flopping all over the desk, isn't it? Okay, so I've got two quite straight edges here actually, so I think what I'll do is use those in the first instance, because, you know, of course they're already straight, so I don't have to worry about those. Right, just need to check, because, oh yeah, no, that's okay. For a moment I thought, oh no, I seem to have a pocket upside down. It wasn't a pocket, it was where the back was kind of folded over. So it was all fine. Okay. I'll just glue that down. Okie dokie. So put that there, like that. Okay. So I hope everyone's doing well. Hope you're having a good day. Maybe doing some crafting. What projects are you working on? Have you done an altered file folder? Just going to cover this because hopefully it will not make that horrible noise when I'm spreading on the wallpaper. Yes, we don't tend to really get these nice manila colour file folders. Well, I mean, I know I've said that before, but I don't know whether just I haven't seen them. I did notice that these ones are from Amazon. So I must have a look and see whether, you know, Amazon in the UK sells them in that buff colour. Or, sorry, the manila kind of folder. Because I really like that colour. It's really nice. Really nice. Right. So that's that piece. And then we're just going to turn it over and obviously do this. No, we're going to do this piece now. Honestly, losing track now of which pieces that we're doing and which pieces we've got left to do. And isn't that just perfect? Look, it's just the right size. And I'm going to go straight over, including this, you know, tab, because then that's going to be really nice and easy to do. So right the way round, including the tab. Okay. Then we just spread the glue and then pop the whole thing down like that. Okay. Again, just going to squish that down with the wipe first. Okie dokie. And then I'll just wrap my card to avoid that horrible noise. I mean, obviously I wouldn't do that if it was just me. I would just have the noise. But I know that obviously, you know, some people find noises really horrible, don't they? So when you're doing a video, you know, you've got to be, I guess, a little bit more sensitive to, you know, everyone's kind of sensitivities and things. Right. Okay. Let's cut this down. And then cut around here. Okay, and then down there. Again, something tells me I've made a horrible job of this cutting. We will see when we turn it over just how terrible it's been. Might have been really bad. Oh, that newspaper really wants to just keep on coming round. Right, let's have a look. Okay, so I mean, it's not brilliant, but it's not too bad. And obviously once it's stuck down, once it's inked up and decorated and things, it will, you know, it will look a lot better than it does currently. So, well, I hope it will. Saying it will, it might not, who knows. So that's our little kind of piece there, and then we're going to turn it over. Just want to check that's going to be the, yeah, that's going to be the back. Okay, right, so that's going to be the back. This is kind of inside of the file folder. So I want to just cover these pages here. Shall we use this one again? Yeah, let's just use this one again. So again, let's just sort out kind of smaller pieces. So I'll just trim this one down here. Again, just making it just a bit easier to work with. I mean, it is really cumbersome when you're kind of working with great big bits of paper, because obviously they're just then knocking into everything, and yeah, they're just kind of not great. So, you know, it's just much easier to shrink them down and then get glue in. Okay. So did we say this is the back, didn't we? Yeah. So let's have this like that, I think. Okie dokie. Again, just going to go right round the flap, or the tab as well. So the whole thing's just covered completely. Okie dokie. Pop that down there. Again, I'm just going to spread that out with the wipe. And then obviously with the card, my card spreader. Oh, the time is whizzing by this morning. I'm sure it says it's something like 11:20 now. It's just, yeah, some days the time just absolutely flies by, doesn't it? And today is just one of those days. Okay. Just going to cut around here. Oh, it feels lovely because that wallpaper obviously is textured. It just has this really wonderful feel to it now. Okay, drop this down here like that. Okay. Okie dokie, so we turn that over again, and then we're just going to cover these two pieces as well. So, oh, that's annoying. I've not got enough newspaper to actually cover the middle, but what we could do is have like a pocket in the middle or something. So, I wonder if we could have that, and then if we could make a pocket in the middle. That might be quite nice, mightn't it? Yeah, let's do that. So, right, okay. Let's just chop this down here at this side. And then just going to fold it over roughly where I need to cut that. Okay, there we go. So I'll just glue this one down here. Oops. Like that. Whoops, okay. So pop that down. Isn't that coloration so gorgeous? I know I keep on saying it, but I just really love it. I love, love, love the vintage newspapers. Oh, they're so nice. Okay, so we've got that there. Now, I was going to just make our pocket from the wallpaper, but now I'm thinking actually we've got that remainder of the file folder. So maybe it would be nicer to make a sort of more rigid pocket. So I might do this side first and then come back to that. So yeah, let's do that. So I'm just going to glue this down here. Like that. Okay, just pop that one down there. Oops, okay. it's not kind of on the fold. No, we're okay. We're okay. So I can just then, sorry, I forgot to put the wipe around the card. Okay. Right, spread that like that. And then again, just flip it over to cut around there. So just then trim that down across there. Okie dokie. And then along this bit here. Okay, so looking good. Right, now I'm wondering at this point if I might sew this on the sewing machine. Yeah, I'm going to have to be careful how I sew it, but kind of could do obviously around here. And obviously around the whole middle part. And then around the edge here. So I'll be back in a moment. I'm just going to do that. Okay, I'm back and I've picked up a few little bits to decorate my little folio-y type thing up with. So I'm just going to snip off any really long threads. Okay, so what I did was I just literally stitched around like the entire outside, if you see what I mean, but minding obviously that I didn't close the pockets shut, although that one's glued together. So yeah, minding that I didn't close the pockets shut. And then I just literally, you know, stitched in one or two other sort of areas. So yeah, that's what we've got. Now obviously I haven't made a pocket for here yet, so let's have a look and see. Now I also had pulled out a couple of printables that I thought would look quite good with the colours that we're using. So just trim these down. So these were just some bits from my Perfect Pockets set 3, but I thought colour wise they looked quite good actually against these papers. So, and actually they were just floating around on my desk, but they caught my eye and I thought, oh, I think they're going to go quite nicely with the papers. So we'll just snip those out like that. Okay. Right, so for this pocket here, I'm thinking we will use this manila folder. Do we want to do that? I'm just checking whether there's anything else, you know, whether I'd rather keep this kind of more like a little journal kind of cover. You know, that could just complement this quite nicely. So let me just see whether I've got some other... Oh, well, I tell you what. I have got one of my Perfect Pockets. I mean, it's not the right colours, I think, for this at all. But let's just have a look and see if it would look really hideous or just a little bit hideous. Probably really hideous. I mean, as you know, I'm a little bit obsessed with matchy-matchy and do struggle to mix things up again. So, or mix things up a bit. So you're probably already thinking, what is she thinking? And she thinks she's matchy-matchy. Not being matchy-matchy there, is she? No, I'm not being matchy-matchy at all. Being quite clashy, I think, today. Yeah, that's kind of a step too far, I think, isn't it? It's, yeah, just a little bit too much, really. But I have got some other pattern papers here, actually, beside me. So I might just pull in something from there. Because I would rather keep this really to make a, you know, a little kind of complimentary journal from. I mean, I could use this wallpaper. That's quite nice, isn't it? I feel like it's not really kind of sturdy enough, you know, for a pocket, to be honest. So I'd rather kind of keep the paper for, you know, more for covering really. So I might take this instead. So yeah, I think what I'll do is just cut around there. And I'm just going to cut it down there. Okay. Right, so what I want to do is obviously take it up at the bottom. Oops. Like that. And then we want to come in either side. So I'm just going to squish this down. Like that. Okay. And then I'm just going to unfold that so that I can fold the sides in. So we've got one there. And just squish that down. And then on the other side, again, just kind of squishing that in like that. Don't think I've done that very straight, but again, never mind. It's all fine. Well, it might not be all fine. I might turn it over and just think, oh my gosh, that just looks appalling. Appalling. Right, let's just go straight across on those corners. Okay. Have a look and see how this will look. Okay, so I think it's fine. It needs to come down quite a bit in height. So yeah, it can come down quite a bit. So if we just take it down like that. Don't think that's very straight now. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Every time I cut it, I'm making it worse and worse. Right, hopefully that's looking a little bit better. Yeah, okay, so we can now put that in there. Now I'm just going to check that I'm not going to be in the way of the folds, because the pocket might be a little bit on the wide side. No, it's going to be okay. Right, so that's good. Let's just, again, just really press those folds down, and then we can just pop that in. Okie dokie, that one, and that one, and then this one here. Okay, right. We'll just place this one down. Whoa. Okay, I need to just come over slightly. Yeah, I mean, I've not really folded that very accurately, but it's fine. So just press that in. Right, let me just check that my sides do open still. Yeah, they do. So that's all good. It's all good. Okay, so that looks really pretty, doesn't it? And do we want maybe that on there? And what I'm thinking is we could take something from the wallpaper. So maybe these little flowers, and just stick them on here. So just going to kind of roughly cut those out. I have to say, cutting wallpaper I don't find all that easy, which the irony really, because obviously, you know, when you hang it on the walls and you have to cut it with the knife, it should really be pretty easy to cut, shouldn't it? I mean, I know it has to be sturdy to be a bit durable on the walls, but yeah, I actually find cutting around, you know, if ever I've fussy cutted, I don't know whether that's proper English, but if ever I've tried to fussy cut anything out of some wallpaper, I've not actually necessarily found it all that easy to do. Right, I'm just going to cut this one, just got like the side of this flower, but I thought, oh, this might just look quite good kind of somewhere. Oh, come on. Right. I'm kind of thinking we could have this, you know, maybe there or something. Just ties it together and gives it a little bit more, you know, consistency. got some of my dictionary definitions, the friends and family ones, that they're on my website as a freebie. Okie dokie. Yeah, that's quite pretty, isn't it? So yeah, I'm going to pop this down. I think I'm going to make this another little pocket, actually. I know I say this so many times, but I mean, seriously, I just think, you know, if you put it down as a pocket, even if you don't use it, it's given you the option of using it. If you just stick it down, you know, you've lost the option to use it as a pocket. So it's quite good practice, I think, to just have things, even if you decide not to use them, but just go with them, you know, in case you want to use them. Okie dokie. And then I'm going to just have this here and the flowers kind of there, I think. Oh, maybe more, yeah, maybe more like that, I think. So just put this one down. Okay. Like that. Again, just squash that down. Oh, it's such a lovely looking day outside. I mean, I don't know what the temperature is actually looking like now, but I mean, it was pretty cold this morning, but to be fair, it wasn't really very sunny earlier, and the sun's shining now. It looks lovely. It's probably freezing, but it looks gorgeous. And I know I say it all the time, but I love those cold sunny days. They're just, oh, so nice, aren't they? Right, so that's that piece. And then of course we want to put some pockets and tucks and what have you around as well. So I'm just going to get my vintage postage stamps because I thought that they might be quite nice. I'm going to bring in the green and the blue, I think, because obviously I've got greens and blues in those flowers. So let's just have a look. That looks a good colour, doesn't it? Yeah. Because I was just thinking, could we have that there? Oh, I don't know whether I want to cover that up. That's the problem, isn't it? Sometimes we use these things and there's so many, oops, so many nice things that you don't end up wanting to cover stuff up. I mean, I was kind of thinking we'd have it like that. But it, yeah, it's a bit of a shame to cover all of this, you know, gorgeousness. So I think what I'll do, just pop the flower down instead, and we might be able to use the stamp somewhere else. So we just pop that one down there. Oops, what did I do with my wipe in the course of getting up? Aha, I have another clean one here. I was having to make do with my wipe from yesterday, which had seen better days. Right, it was on its last legs, I think. Yeah, we want to do something here now as well. And then I will be inking this whole thing as well. So it's going to have, you know, look more consistent. Once it's been inked up, the consistency will kind of, you know, pull it together a bit more. So I'm wondering, do we want to use some more of this paper? It's quite pretty, isn't it? Looks quite good. So I'll just cut this down. Because I don't really want to, you know, introduce too many more different things, because then it's not going to look very good. It's just going to look horrible. Horrible, horrible. With, you know, way too much stuff going on. So yeah, I kind of think we'll have to limit it to, you know, the papers that we've got going on here. Yeah, that's quite nice. Or that side. I love that flower, but then I love those blue flowers too. It's strange, isn't it, how it takes on such a different look depending on whether you're covering up the pink or the blue flower. Just going to try it this side. Oh, perhaps I prefer it this side. Yeah, I prefer it that side. Okay, right. It's not very straight, I have to be honest, but I don't think it really, you know, shows up so much, to be honest. You know, I don't think it looks too bad. So just going to glue this down. Over here. Like that. So again, just grab my wipe. Okay. Okay, so I like how that looks. Now, just wondering what to have here, because it is a shame to cover that, you know, that gorgeous page up, to be honest. So, I mean, I am wondering whether just like a belly band or something might be better, because it's such a shame to cover up those gorgeous bits, isn't it? So I might have a belly band instead, and actually I might have it this end where we've got the, you know, lots going on. So let's just trim this down. Okay. Oh gosh, made that worse now. Worse than ever. Oh, that's just gone horribly wrong, trimming that, I must say. Right, okay, so that looks quite nice. You know, I just wanted to keep kind of a bit more of the paper, the flowers, because it was a shame, because that wallpaper's actually got quite a lot of blank space, and just typically I would be covering up all of the non-blank space, so it's kind of better to be able to, you know, keep as much space showing as I can, as much florals showing, sorry, as I can. So I'm going to pop it down like that, just as a little belly band. Okay, like that. Okay, squish that down, and yeah, okay. And then I've got actually a couple more things which I kind of thought might just put on there. That looks pretty, doesn't it? And that's you know, one of those vintage cigarette cards, but it's got this lovely embossed kind of raised thing going on there, but it looks really pretty on there. So yeah, I'm going to put that on there. Let's just go for that. Okay. Okie dokie, right. Okay, so that's kind of that side done really. I will be decorating it further and I will be inking it up, but I'm just mindful that the video is kind of going on and on really. So yeah, I can't really see. I think I'm up to like 17 minutes and I don't know how long I'd been filming for before I stopped to go to the sewing machine, but the chances are I've been going on for quite a while probably. So I'm just going to maybe add a couple of pockets or something on this side. Again, I haven't really kind of decided what to add on this side. I mean, again, don't really want to cover this lovely paper up, so... and I mean, this is gorgeous, isn't it? That's going to be awful to cover that up. So now I'm thinking maybe like an envelope or something that kind of comes up. Let me just have a look and see, because I've got a couple of envelopes down the side. Oh, they're not. No, that's not the right type of thing. Got a couple of pockets here. Oh, well, perhaps I haven't. Perhaps I haven't. Got this. It's quite pink. Oh, it's so tough, isn't it, sometimes to make the right decisions. I mean, that's kind of quite nice. I had actually bought this butterfly book along, and I tentatively kind of torn this page out, thinking this page would be kind of nice to put on the cover somehow. I don't know. And actually, I'd also got these other cigarette cards, and I thought she would be quite nice on there. You know, she looks quite good, doesn't she, on there? We could have it kind of like that. Well, that would be nice, but we cover up the butterfly completely, which, what's the point? What's the point in that? Oh, it's a tough one, isn't it? Right, let me have a look in my little envelope stash down to the side of me and see what envelopes I've got, you know, that might be kind of just right for this. I've got these tiny ones. They're really tiny, aren't they? I just thought, oh, that might be just right, but they're minuscule, so no, probably not those. Hold on. I'm just diving back into my envelope stash to see what else I've got. Oh, what are these? Aha! Got these envelopes that I had received in Happy Mail. So, oh, that one's quite good. Right, hold on. Oh. That just is the right size, weirdly enough. Kind of now thinking. Right, let me just check. So this folds like this. So we could have this envelope here. Yeah, because it doesn't really bulk it out too much. It's not too bad. I mean, in an ideal world, I would have thought of this first, and I would have obviously put it underneath that wallpaper. Yeah, again, I don't really want it this side because we're then covering up those flowers. But maybe this side. And I'm thinking, can we put some wallpaper in there? Oh, I don't want to. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, can you tell I'm trying to now hoard the wallpaper? Now trying to see how we get the nicest part of the wallpaper showing. I think we're going to have to kind of go for it like this, to be honest. So I'm just going to cover this up, cut this up, sorry, like that. Just so that I can fit it into the envelope. I've got this side. Let me just check what this would look like. I think just nothing. Just looks like nothing. Right. So we have this one, which of course was the bit that I was trying to hoard, like ridiculously. Right. So that's going to look quite pretty because then when that envelope is, you know, if it's glued on there, it would be matching, wouldn't it? I actually, strangely enough, prefer it with the blue flowers showing. Yeah, okay. So, okay, right. Okay, so I'm going to just cut it down slightly in size. Okay, right, let's put this inside that envelope. Oops. some glue there. Okay. Oops. And I want to go right in so as I get those lovely blue flowers more. Okay, right. Let's wipe my glue a little bit. Wipe the glue off the envelope. And then I'm just going to go in with my card and sort of stick that down. Okay, and then I'm just going to go across here. Like that. And then again, just spread that out with the card. Okay, and again, in an ideal world, I would be leaving this to dry for a bit before just straight away folding it up. But because I'm doing the video, I'm just going to fold it over now. Okay. Okie dokie. There we go. Right, and I'm just going to snip around the envelope. Like that. Okay. Okie doke, right, and then this envelope I'm going to have here somewhere, attached on there somewhere. So yeah, the flap looks really nice and pretty now. Just before I glue that down, I'm just checking. Yeah, I mean, it could go in there. It could go in there, to be fair. I mean, it does make that look a bit slightly strange, but not too strange, actually. Oh, I don't know now. It's a tough one. Tough decision. Let's just fold it back over. As I have it on the front. So, am I just getting really strange now? Just doing really strange things? I think I am possibly getting really strange now. I quite like it like that though, weirdly enough. Makes it quite interesting because you've got then, you know, an opening flap and a foldy flap. And we could, I mean, I know that really makes it pretty pointless having filled the envelope and still doesn't really give me the option of what to do in here. I do quite like it there though. So yeah, I might have to complete U-turn and actually have it on here, I think. Yeah. Okay, right. Let's do that. I know, just pointless really. Why did we bother? Why did we bother with the wallpaper in the envelope? But that's how crafting is, isn't it? Sometimes, you know, you kind of have a plan and you think, oh, this is what, you know, this is what it's going to be. This is how I'm going to do it. And then when you come to do it, sometimes you just then find some other way and think, oh, actually that maybe is, you know, looks better. Perhaps I prefer it like that. Okay, right. Yeah, so I like it like that, I think. Okay, so having done a complete and utter U-turn there and having still not decided what I'm going to do here, we'll probably call that quits for today. I don't know whether I will come back finishing this off or whether I will just finish this off in slow time, but I hope that you like it and maybe it's given you some ideas and inspiration of, you know, how to do your own little altered file folder. Super fun, very cute. And don't forget, I've still got obviously the other piece to do something else with. So yeah, we've still got kind of other things to do. So yeah, hope that you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching, and hopefully see you guys again soon. Thanks then. Bye.